Hello, hello, hello. Just me today, and yeah, it's Thursday, so we're working on the dwarf. I think the dwarf's pretty much done, right? I've been noodling around with that for way too long now, and but I had the idea of also creating Hanuman in there as well, which is a Hindu god, a monkey one, and I thought it would fit well with the wow, words are surprisingly hard today. With the ape and primitives team that I already had, and had a couple of ideas on how to put this one there. One is very similar to the very first sketch that I made. It's just a very rough idea, which is have it like that, but with this guy instead of just his head. This giant, almost a cave, is completely completely covered with vines and roots, similar to the ruins in Cambodia. But it also had another idea where, which I had, I think last week, where we got this guy, and you have to scale it down a bit, zoom out a bit, and then we have that guy. Whoop. Just completely huge, kind of like this, right? And he has his hands usually in a praying position, and it kind of creates a could create a kind of like a shelter, but covered in so much vines and roots and things like that, and then just been destroyed or weathered over time that you don't really see it initially that there is a statue above him. So I'm gonna try both of them today. Just make a very rough sketch, put it in here, see what we can do with that, and yeah, let's do that. So first, let's see if we can clean up all of this, put them all in a nice little folder like I have over here. Just yeah, just put them all in there. Oop. If you have any questions about the process, or you think if you have another cool idea, let me know. So we got this group over here, right? We're just gonna duplicate it. Duplicate. There it is. Yes. Turn the original one off, and now I just want to merge everything in here, so we just have the one head. I'm not gonna bother with any details or something and things like that. What's this? Oh, that's the old head. Yeah, remove that. Oh dear. Let's remove that. Yes. Merge down. Yes. Partially hidden. Oh, let's delete this as well. Don't need this. What are you? Just delete this for now. And you? Just delete that as well. So many things to delete apparently. Okay, now we should be close to it, right? Okay. Everything's one subtool. Perfect. Yeah. So we got this. Let's turn that guy on as well. We've got our floor. see if we can, I just duplicate it first for later. Let's see what we can make with the first one. How large it needs to be for it to kind of function the way I want it. Kind of like that. Let's pick that floor up. And just scale it up. So to have a little bit of a reference point where the ground floor is, right? The ground floor? The floor in general. I think it needs to be bigger. Even bigger. Something like that. And probably let's mask these. I need to remove the lower jaw as well. I think if such a large head came down, that it wouldn't be fully complete anymore, right? So let's see if we can just move it underneath the. Something feels off. What's wrong? I'm not allowed to move it more than this? This is odd, isn't it? It's like it's attached to something. Weird, isn't it? Let me just reset the current brush, just in case. Nope. Maybe it's this entire thing. Let me remesh by unit. Just change the topology. Maybe something's up with that. Yeah, I doubt it. Yep. How odd. What if we use the snake brush? Yes, I know. That seems to function as it should. Weird. Never had that before. Oh well. Let's just keep going. This doesn't need to be tidy for now, so let's use the snake brush. Up again. There we go. And this one is probably just broken down or something like that. Let's use sculptures for this. And we'll probably have like cracks in here, vines covering everything, right? Maybe a whole lot of this wouldn't exist either anymore. Ooh. She doesn't like it. Want to use sculptures? I just push it in. Yes, I know that. Thank you, Mike. You have fun as well on your little holiday. Say hi to everyone for me. And let's see if we can add a tree in there. It's a massive one. Just put it there. Where at the mess that I just created, and yeah, just use the snake hook to kind of pull everything into a direction. Kind of dynamize that. It's way too dense. Still way too dense. 24? And just kind of noodle that around. And use this. Blow it up a bit. Maybe just duplicate it as well. Rotate it. It's the quickest way to have something going on over here. Okay, and let's auto group that and just pick this one. Make that this one even bigger. And maybe push that one there and there. Something in that vicinity, maybe even more than I've got going on at the moment. Then we got our little guy sitting right over there. I think maybe this head is maybe too straight. What if we just can have it like that? Still got one of the teeth that kind of sticking out. It's kind of fun as well, right? Maybe that's the one from top that's that fell down. Let's see if we can position that a bit better. Let me just remesh these. Today I'm just going to use the evening to just check which one of the two I will continue with. There. That's some of the topology that I just have over here. Oh, okay. Let's see if we can clean that up a bit. Can we close any holes? Or will it? There we go. Always have to look for it. Let's try it again. Should have done this before I duplicated it a couple of times. It's still not really where it should be, but oh well. Auto groups, that one. I want that one to be over there as well. Ugh. Can't understand why the move tool is working like that. What if we go to a tool that yeah, now it works. Maybe because I'm working at such a big scale, it doesn't really want to work as it should anymore. There's a limit to it. Yeah, just use the snake hook for all these things now. So that is one. And put these in there. Let's duplicate this again. Yes. Okay, we can delete this one. It's already there. And delete this one. The ones that we just made, delete it again. Just turn this one off. Turn that one on. Yes, go to over here. And put that floor in here as well. In the first one that we made. Let's see if we can make a standing statue of him. Should be kind of over here, right? Yeah, looking down a little bit more. And let's give him some shoulders and a body to work with. Before I do that, to be honest, just kill him down. A little bit of trouble with it all being so big, right? Let's go to 4. Yes, I don't need all of these anymore. To clean up all my folders. And this guy, yes. Come on, yes. This isn't the shape I need, but oh dear. Just make a neck first. Maybe that'll be a little bit easier. Again, this one also doesn't need to be completely correct. But just to see if the idea that I have is a good idea or not before I spend too much time on it. Even more than I put in there already. Kind of like that. And over there, you got these shoulders. Let's pull it down a bit so we have a bit more of a body. Oop, auto saving. There. Okay. Is, and that one, just have to remind myself where everything was. That one goes all the way up there. Yeah. And we just turn these ones off. That is basically the line that goes over there. Then we got these. We got that one over there. Keep going with the rest. Let's put in some shoulders in there. And I want to have a arm in there as well. Just an upper arm for now. It's a little bit more in this direction, right? Let's see if you can do that. Yeah, just right next to your body. And that point goes somewhere over there. And that point goes over there. For your deltoid, goes in between your biceps and triceps. Let's tuck that in over there. And that one over there as well. It should be pretty much a straight line usually. As straight as it can be, at least. And let's make a little bit more space over here. Something's off. I don't know what, but let me just grab my guy. There he is. Always use your reference, right? How does shoulder work again? Oh, okay. That's good enough for now, by the looks of it. Let's put the rest in first. Oop. Don't drop it again. And this is going to be his waist. That. Just pull that up. Yeah, let's make that a little bit longer. Oop. Let's mask that and pull that down. And yeah, just duplicate that, so we can make an actual waist from there. And I don't think I need much more than this. This will all be hidden underground, so I don't need to put that much time into that. And I think I will go back and forth between the one that I previously made before this one, and then this one again. So we can give them both an equal shot, right? So do that for now. Yeah, but this long. Maybe not that long though. There you go. That. This one should be a little bit smaller, right? Thinner at least, because of the wrist. Okay, and topological. And let's add a cube in there for the palm of his hand. Bit more thickness to it. And these would be his fingers as well. Just kind of push, kind of like that. Let's just squeeze those down so we can pretend that these are fingers. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 should be somewhere over there. Let's fix these ones first. We got a smaller one and a longer one. There we go. And yeah, okay. Just double checking on which side the thumbs should be. This looks odd, I don't know why. It's because you're stupid. Nope, not today. Not yet, at least. Yeah, something like that. Yeah. Just like add another sphere just for the wrist. Ugh. Something's off. What am I doing? Well, because that shouldn't be full square. Also, should always be a little bit not flat, bit rounded. These are the worst hands. It's one of the cons of this idea. I have to make hands. Don't like it. But the idea, though, I think could be quite nice. The other one as well, though. So just hide that. Mirror and weld that, and duplicate. Just move them to some over here. That one, yes, and that one as well. Let's merge those down. Oh, it's rendering. I don't want it to render. Oh. Groups. Yeah. Mirror weld that as well. Same as his shoulder. I think he should be robed of or something similar, right? We just grab my reference. Haven't done that yet. Nope. Those are for the speed sculpts. Yeah, there's some fun ones in there. Let's see. He has some sort of a large necklace, multiple of them. He doesn't really have a robe. Oh, that's nice. Yep, okay. It's a large necklace, but we are leaving that for now. I think he could be a bit wider. Push that in a bit. Oop. To couple of them. And this, let's tune it down a bit. Yeah, it's just remesh with 5. Let's see what kind of poly count it is. That's enough. Yeah. Yeah, okay. those in. Those packs look a bit odd right now. Let me remove those hands a bit. Yes. Trying to do this too fast. Making too many mistakes. But we'll whittle them down. We'll get them into shape eventually. Let's see, they put that bicep in there. It should end somewhere there. The tricep kind of has this tendon over here. It's very thin. It has a lot of volume, and it goes right in there. So we pull this up, just hide it in there, and swell that up a bit. Bit of an odd position that the arms are in. This kind of goes from there all the way over there. And from here we have something similar. Similar muscle that goes from there to there. There's a couple of them. That isn't how it should be. It's that's somewhere in that direction. Yeah, this one could be a little bit more voluminous. Okay, let's just keep this. Let's see where we end up. Just put everything in there. Wait a minute. Ah, that's a bit of a shame. Okay, that's number 3. I have to do the visibility sets again. I messed it up. Number 1, turn this one off, and now we need to have the body, the eyes, the hair, all the hair, the bandana, the duty, the loincloth, some props, the tree. There we are. And there we have Hanuman. Yes. Little think. Let's put this one over here. Go to T-pose smash. Middle. Just scale them up. Just for now. This is gonna take a little bit. It's gonna check all the subtools to see if I change them or not. Then he's gonna apply all the changes that I've made to the subtools, which should only be these ones. There we go. Only took half a minute. Yes. Let's go to the T-pose mesh again. Now that it's bigger, it's a little bit easier to... Oh no, it's gonna be a long one. Silly me. But now that he's bigger, it's a little bit easier to grab all the pieces. All of those. Yeah, for now, make that one polygroup. Oop, like that. And these as well. Just for ease of selecting. Make them even bigger. Even bigger. So initially, it doesn't really look like something's going on over here, because everything will be covered in vines and things will be broken down. But if you just zoom out, there will be this guy, maybe looking down on him a little bit. Maybe it's on a bit of an angle. Maybe rotate it a bit. Oh, no rendering. That's for you. Nah. Just having them straight is a little bit more grandiose, I think. Make it even bigger, or will it become silly? And we don't need this for now. Okay, so we got this guy. Let's do it the other way around. So this our dwarf is right over there. There's a couple of pixels. The one that I spent months on now, but and let's go back to this one. Turn that one off. Turn that one on. so far, even though I like this, the original one that still catches my eye. But let's see how it looks like if we add some more twisting vines and branches to the praying one. Maybe that will add a little bit more that he's missing right now, right? So yeah, let's go to this one. Make sure that everything is visible. And T-pose mirrors up, yes. Missing vertex count. Mismatch. Oh, maybe these ones, I think, because I hit some. Yes, 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 yes. Let's see, how do you look like? He didn't take those. He didn't take those. Okay, let me just keep going like it is right now. And let's just make a duplicate out of these vines over here. It's not a lot of work, but it's work that I don't have to do right now. And they don't need to be pretty for now, so let's just rotate them a bit so they look different in both images. Something like that. Just hide his face completely. Like that. Move to just doing that. Just move them around. Kind of like that. I kind of like that it's coming from over here from the front and finds his way between his torso and his arm to go up. It's a bit thick, but kind of like this one as well. This one though, the big one. Let's see if we can tone that down just a bit. Over there. This over here. Just remove that. This goes also to that side, so isn't strangling him. It goes around this vine over here. Oh man, I'm making a mess of it. Just undo this for a bit. Yes, that's good. Just give it a bit more shape. Just duplicate that. Just rotate that around again. See what we can do over here. Kind of like that. Yeah, why not, right? Just delete that. Follow that. And also with this one. Clean it up. Goes into his mouth. Should it go into his mouth? Nah. I think it wouldn't look too bad if something is covering up his face a bit. He kind of finds his way around the crevices in the statue, right? Kind of goes up as well. This one over here. Kind of does a similar thing, but I think we'll go to the back. It just kind of goes over there and over there and over there. Just wrapping the statue with vines and see where we end up. Now, kind of got a sort of a tangent line going over here. I really like that, so let's move it. Accidental tangent line. Oop, oop. Yeah, what if that one kind of follows that hand? Quit goes underneath there as well. See if we can find some logical places for these. And it would, I think, still go up. But maybe just wrap himself around the wrist. And it kind of will peek through here again. At the end of the day, of the evening, I have to pick one of the two that I want to make. So I will at least lose half of what I'm doing today. But I will be able to get a little bit further because of that. That and that. Pick this one, merge it down with the rest of them. If I put these ones a little bit closer. Everything was masked. There we go. That should do it. Yes. Maybe that comes from over here. Could be, right? Yep. They have the same poly group. That's why. Okay. Because I duplicated them. I duplicated the poly group as well. Yep. Now let me just see how that looks like with the other one that we have. Now that we made a tenderly mess, right? Luckily, you guys won't be the ones making this, so. They're just fun to make wood. I like that. So with this. That. Some over there. This one is still winning. I like this. Actually, I want this to win, but it's not. It's not. This one is winning still. So probably know the answer already. Let's make this one stupid big. The size that I wanted to have. Let's put this one over here. There. Let's hide that and do that. Let's save for today as well. Okay. Today or tomorrow? Oh, there we go. There already. Okay. This one. Oh, let me just make a single polygroup out of those again. Ooh, what's going on over there? What's all this? That's new. Let's check in on that in a minute. That's yes. Oh, and it's auto saving. Great. Thank you. Okay. Now place them on top of there. Some bits floating around. Let's see if we can ignore that. Still not. Any day. There he is. Okay. Let's see, we just can clean up these things over here. I just don't like them. This floaty bit is just not tidy. No. Okay. You got that and that one. This one can go as well. I saw some over here. My eagle vision there. Yes. Oh. Did I create all that? How did I do that? Oh well. Delete hidden. Now they're gone. Problem solved. Yeah, I think I already decided. This one, it's very fun. I like it, but it doesn't have the same vibe as I kind of wanted to have, similar to the one over here. The original concept. So I just stick with that. I just do that. So we kind of want to do this, but before that, that's good to know that the back of the crown that he has, that we won't see it. He had a little bit of trouble with that last time, so I'm just not gonna make it. You can still play around with the vines creeping up and kind of following the crevices, right? But because it's so big, I want to see if we can add a little bit more detail into it, just some decorations and the like. And yeah, let's do that. Just keep them. Just rename this one though. Where's the rename one? Rename folder. Hanuman concept A and Hanuman concept B. Hello! Oh, thank you very much. How do you delete with masking? You struggled with that earlier. Deleting with masking. That's a bit of a tricky one. I don't really know what you mean with that, but let's just grab this guy. Okay. Oop. This guy. There we go. Got too much going on my MSE tool. This is an old one. I don't want to have this there. This one can go as well. What we can do, let's just go back to just a sphere. If you mask a piece, right? So let's see this over here. But you want to hide it. You can press Control W, which is a shortcut for making polygroups. And a polygroup is very easy to, basically a piece that's very easy to select afterwards. So with your hide tool, with your select rectangle, you can also do with the select lasso, but the rectangle is a little bit easier. And you have that selected. I just click it. There you go. And now you got your polygroup selected. And now you can do whatever you want with it. Just pull it and push it. And if you go back again, just hold Control Shift again to select it. And click somewhere on the side. And now everything comes back together. And as you see, everything is still connected. It just hides it. It doesn't separate it. That's why it's kind of looking a little bit odd over here. But I use the polygroups to make a quick selection and yeah, easily hide bits and pieces that I don't want to have on a separate subtool, like Mike tends to do. I don't like that. So yeah, if you just saw, let's go over here again. As you can see over here, got his head, and it's a bit elongated right now, but oh well. But I have it separated in very rough poly groups. But that's just to just select the jaw and mask it very quickly, and then you can reverse that mask and just smooth it out a bit, smooth it out to the other side, and just move it around a bit. So now they have the mouth closed, for instance. That's kind of how I tend to use it. It's also really fun for a lot of other things like remeshing, but that's something for another time. So I hope that was the question you were going for. Let's see, I don't want to have these. Do I want to have these? Do I want to have those? Just delete them. I deleted the wrong piece. Oh, that's a bit of a shame. Can I get it back? Let's just delete this. Just clean up my tools a bit. I can't get it back. Don't worry. Still got the previous file of last week. What's going on here? That's another tool. And that one can go. Yeah, we got these. And I just load in last week's tool. There he is. That's the one I needed. Oop. And there. And append. Pop. There he is. Delete that one. There. Yeah, I also saw the Totoro you and Mike making. It looked really nice. It's a nice shape to begin with as well. One of the first characters that we had to sculpt was a comic book character. We were able to pick our own ones, which was very nice. And though it was discouraged to go for an anime one or manga one, just because the faces are too stylized and it's very difficult to wrap your head around it if you don't know anatomy and then things like that, which we didn't. And what's going on over here? Why can't I do that? Partially hidden. Nah. Okay. Odd. Okay. And for me, the first character was the Take, simply muscular one. Yeah, it's very early stage. Well, it doesn't matter if they're early stages. The first stages are the important ones. You love that you had to use comic book characters for the first ones. Mike has tailored my first preview very well. Yes, Studio Ghibli is very fun as well. Yeah, just so many friendly shapes. Yep. yeah, I did. Mine was the take. That was my pick, and I was quite pretty struggling a lot because there's a lot of anatomy there because of all the comic book muscles, and his eyes as well because they're so elongated, really, and need to have expressions as well, and I just couldn't wrap my head around it. So I failed that, so I had to redo it. But I was able to pick a different one, and it just went for a bald guy with glasses, just to keep it, just to play it safe. It was how was it called again? Spider Jerusalem from the Transmetropolitan series. It's a journalist from a future timeline, really. So it's a bit of a cyberpunk kind of a vibe that comic book has. Well, it was quite fun, really. But yeah, if we had a nice Studio Ghibli one, a nice Totoro, for instance, I think things would have gone a little bit better in the first time try. What am I doing right now? It's also a question I need to ask myself sometimes. Oop, delete that. Something went wrong over here. Okay, let me just mirror that, and there we go. Now it's good. Fixed it. Put those there. Yeah. Oh, wait, this also is it symmetrical? That's odd. There we go. Don't know what I did, but oh well. Yeah, I already found out that the back of it will be covered up, so I'm not gonna put any time in that. But I did want to have his crown to be a little bit more detailed. Only the reference images that I have are all a little bit coarse, a little bit of potato quality. I kind of want to have these ones separate as well, kind of like I have over here. Just have that crisp line going around here. What is the best way to do that? Yeah, I'm going to append a star, just because it's very recognizable. It was very fun, yeah. The impressions were very difficult in starting out, yeah, exactly. But your method of masking and controlling different parts, and your there's a tiny heart right in front of there, so I can't see the the words, all of them. Thank you that you like that method. I like it a lot as well. It's a little bit much sometimes, but as you can see over here, I got all of them have a separate color, and that it's just a separate poly group. You just select the one and work on that, and just select that one and work on that, or just remove it for a little bit by dragging the selection tool, so you can switch between the things that you've hidden. Or if you just want to mask something. I tend to hide everything, then just fully mask the thing that I want to edit, and bring everything back, and then just reverse the mask, so you can just work on this. It's a little bit convoluted. It's also very easily done with your either your gizmo or your transpose line, and just control clicking it. For some reason, that long method is just stuck in my head, but hey, it works. Yeah, if you just have your gizmo, just press a poly group and just automatically hides, masks everything except for that. Also in this phase, for instance, just only that. But yeah, doing this constantly is ingrained in my mind for some reason. But hey. How am I going to do these? Oh yeah, I made that star, right? And then I'm going to use the curve tubes. Just make the one. And do that again. Yeah, that will do for now. And also with this one. And that one over here. Let's also do it with this one. And that one. I will edit them later. Oh, the save in progress. That's time to drink. The autosaves are taking longer and longer. Yeah, but it's quite fun working together with Mike, because even though we did the same education at the same time, in the same class, same projects, and we still have different methods of doing things. So it's always nice to see that. You can always learn something, even though we've been working together for several projects, also in the past as well. Now we're doing this, which I quite like. Yeah. We already have a new project set up. Well, not really set up, the idea is there. Which is from an idea from another viewer who's really into Warhammer. And we have to, his idea was that he would give a description or something similar of one of the characters for Warhammer 40k, which Mike and I know nothing about. And then we have to make the character from that description, which is pretty fun. How long have you known Mike for? For about, let's say, 14 years now. We started in the same class in kind of uni or college. How do you want to call it in English? When we went to study as digital artist, and he was 16 back then. Such a young boy. I know him for half his life now. Here, just mask the rest of them and just inflate this one. Yes, we don't hit the other one that I just spent so much time on. Getting that shape right. And it was pretty fun because we had to do in the first project that we needed to do was an essay on a video game, and very quickly, everyone has already made some groups together. I had to do it in a group of two, and I didn't have one yet, anybody yet, and Mike also not, and there was another one. And even though we didn't really knew him all that well, because it's just the first week, right? We already knew, like, oh wait, this guy, he's a lot. It's already from the get go. It's some people you know that already, right? Like, oh no, not that guy. And so even without actually knowing his name, like I was like, hey, want to bundle together for the essay? And he was like, yeah, that's a good idea. And yeah, that's how it all started. Let's remove that curve over there. And just go to curve functions and delete there. Perfect. Just inflate this one. Just make it a little bit pointy. That is how the bromance started. Yes. Oh, that's fine that you need to go. It's everyone has their own things to do, right? Well, thank you very much. I hope I was able to help a little bit. And if not, we will be back on Tuesday again with an art swap. Yes. But thank you for joining, and see you next time, maybe. Have fun. Have a nice weekend. Thank you. You too. You too. Yeah, let's do this one. And pretty much do the same thing with this as well. Oop, go there. Make it a little bit pointier over there. Just push and pull it gently into shape. And I don't think I need that one, so I'm just gonna remove that. And same with this one. It's going to delete that as well. Just going to duplicate this, that exact shape. Should I do that now? Yeah. That's... Oop. Put it over there. Something like that. Yes. Let's go to this guy. Oop. And push that over there. Oop. Yes. Like that for some reason. Let's just put it over there. There. So it's that little bit of a crease that's hitting that new border. Okay, and now it's gonna do that one. Also, I'm just going to remove that star. I tend to use the star for that, just because it's very easy and prominent to see. And it's not a shape that I usually use. So if it's there, like, alright, I need to delete that. I tend to use a lot more spheres and cylinders and cubes. And if I see that one of those, there could be a reason for it. Stars though, nah, don't use those. So that's kind of why I use that one for. Let's give it a little bit more of a belly. Little bit thicker. There. Oh, of course, yeah. Like, why isn't that working? Because it wasn't mirrored. That. Okay. Let's go to that leaf that we got over there. Push that into shape as well. So it's nice and symmetrical instead of a bit of that odd shape that I just had. Okay, now we got those. Let's see what happens if we mirror and weld. Yeah, they're a little bit in the middle. So let's move them ever so slightly to the right, mirror and weld, turn symmetry on, and push them back together. There. And no one noticed. Oop. Push those together as well. And these ones. These could be a little bit tinier as well, right? So, yeah, let's kind of do it with the move tool. Symmetry is turned on. Don't want to move them out of shape too much. Just added that symmetry into it, right? Probably isn't that perfect if it was made by hand, but they did put time and effort into it, so am I. There. Okay, and now as an experiment, just duplicate it and make it a little bit tinier. Just make it a double. A little bit thinner. There. Okay. Just pushing and pulling and noodling throughout the evening just to get everything where I wanted to, wanted it to be. There, and those ones. Yeah, okay. That could work, I think. Yep. Can I have that? Then we got that. Just noodle on this one. Let's duplicate it first. See if we can have some smaller shapes in there. But I don't know what will look well and what doesn't. So let's just carve in there. Just start sculpting, right? Let's use the software for what it's used for. It's behaving weird. I don't know why though. Hmm. Save the long autosave again. Yeah, let's undo all of that. That could be of some sorts. What if we add that on these ones as well? And kind of goes over there and there. Let's make that crease a little bit cleaner. But then also another eye over there. Yeah, I think that could work. Could be anything really. Not necessarily an eye. But I like that it's there. Or do I? Or do I? Maybe just that leaf shape. Just a third one in the middle. Yeah, I think that's better. Doesn't really clash with the other shapes. Yeah, that's better. And then from that, maybe we can add another small border in there. So it's like a gem or precious stone. It's inlaid in there. So we kind of do that, that. Maybe not. Maybe a bigger one. What's going on? Why is it looking weird? Oh, that's why it's looking weird. Okay. Got two of them bunching up together. Okay. Yeah. That one. That. There we go. Let's turn on stroke. Make my life a little bit easier. Just a lazy mouse, sorry. Hoop, hoop, hoop. That could be better. But the initial shape, I think, works. So let's do it over there as well. Just clean it up a bit. You can clean it up later as well. But just so I have a little bit of a clearer idea what I'm doing. If he has eyebrows as well. He doesn't have one currently. Two, really. Just going to use his sideburns. Maybe one of them is more than enough. struggling for some reason. Don't really know why. Oh well. Just keep going and see where we end up. This could be better. Ah. Let's just remove this. This isn't going anywhere. Let's go to a different part. What does this one do? That. You have to kind of got that. Got two of those. You know, I can. Auto group. Yes. That one. Make a poly group out of that. Poly group out of those. And one of those. And those. Okay. That's a shame. Well, it's. Oh. Those up there. Wow. Looking at my reference images. Yeah, those heads in Cambodia are made of just separate pieces. The CEO, I'm going to do that. I think I would need to make a like a grid. So we just do this. Whoop. Just make the space between the bricks, right? So we have a bit over here and a bit over there. Let's just mirror this. Yep. And then we also have things like this for the bricks. So we got these spaces, and then I will boolean them now those out. So we have different bricks that not tightly fit and still have the same shape, but I will do that after I'm done. So let's just remove these. See in some of my reference images, the stones, as heavy as they are, have shifted a bit over time as well. So there could be something fun to play with as well, but only afterwards. So see, we got this one going. And let's see, can we pinch this ever so slightly so it's a bit tidier. Let's turn in the lazy mouse for this guy. Don't like this area yet, but we can fix that later. Let's turn in the intensity. No, it's not. It wasn't 20, right? Turn back to normal. But stroke steps could go down. Yes, that helps with the intensity as well. You see, that's a lot better. Just smooth all of that a bit. Yes. Yeah, I wasn't really happy with this area over here, right? It's mainly because all these shapes are kind of intersecting with each other. I want to have those nice curves going down all the way over here. And over here, got these. They're kind of blending into this one and they're just stopping right there. I want them all to go to the center. So I need to play around with that a bit. It's nice and tidy. Use the dynamic subdiv, so it looks a little bit more smooth than it actually is. Okay, and now we got this one. Push it a little bit back into this. Gently nudge it into shape. There, that's better, right? Wonderful. Okay, let's do a similar thing with this. I think because we just made this line a lot clearer than it was, I think we can push this one up, this shape, so it reaches the middle of it. Don't forget to zoom out so you see the full picture. Otherwise, you just be focusing on just one little bit over here, and then you zoom out, and then you only see when you see the whole picture, and it doesn't look well. So you be sure to zoom out regularly, right? Right, and I think that's pretty much the shape that I want, except for one thing. Right now, it kind of just goes straight into his head, right over here. And normally, when you wear a crown or something like that, there is something of a little lip that goes underneath it. Let's see if we can add that. I want to add that first before making this line clean. Otherwise, I just made it clean and then I start noodling around with it again. And I kind of lose it. So one way of doing it is either just sculpting it in over here, or just going to push this one in. And I think I'm going to do that. Oh, don't need that. Something like that. It's a little bit of a longer way of doing it, but I think will look slightly better. So we got that. And we're just going to push it forward. Let's turn on the transparent mode. Turn it off again. Makes it a little bit easier to see. Smooth it out again. It's very round right now. We can fix that, but I just want to have that topology over here. Yeah, okay. Just checking what everything was doing. We just pinch all of this together. Getting there though. The progress of the Hanuman's head is a bit more slow than it started, but usually when you start poking around with details, right? Okay, now we got that. Yeah, do I want to have 3 of those there? Do you think this should go a little bit lower? Okay, and let's make that edge in this one as well. Just use the damn standard to make a hint of it. A little bit more round there. Okay, and let's go to the pinch. See, we can push that in a little bit more, so it starts. Seems like it's thinning into that the front jewel that's dangling there. And there's something odd about the shape, though, the overall shape. It's like it's going inward again. Let's see. We can noodle around with that a little bit later. What happens if you make them a little bit bigger? Okay. Maybe also ever so slightly point here. Oh, as good as it was. Yes. Okay. But this though is a little bit. It goes in a point over here, but on top it's still flat. I don't like that. Let's see if we can check that out. Okay, okay. Let's see if we can add those jewels in for now. Let's make a sphere. Let's push them to the front, so it's a little bit easy to manipulate. Make them a bit smaller. Oh, you know what? Turn them on its side. Turn symmetry on. Turn AccuCurve on. And just pull on it. There we go. That's pretty much the shape that we need, right? And turn it back to its side. And let's see if we can place that on that area over there. Let's make it a bit thinner. And let's make it a little bit more curved as well. There are better ways of doing that, but I think we'll be fine with that. These ones, just gonna undo that, all of them. So they're nice and flat again. Yes, there was some over there. Let's, now that we're here, fix all of that. Okay. It's not fully following the shape, but let's do that in a bit. First, let me just read apologize. This is way too dense for my liking. I have symmetry turned on. Let's remesh. We can go lower, I think. Yes. So now, if we just use a dynamic subdiv, it's nice and smooth, and it's easier to keep smooth as well. Let's yeah, pull it to one side. Do I want to pull it to one side? Let's fix this one first. Let's do this first. Because I would have to adjust them asymmetrically on the ones on the side. And I don't really want to do that. Just undo all of that and don't forget to turn on symmetry. There we go. There, something like that. See if you can flatten that ever so slightly. Okay, what if I make one edge over there? What happens if I do that? Tidy one. Yeah, I think that could work. But then again, I over here I still have that same problem that I had over here, where the models are just intersecting where they shouldn't. It would be just a little bit tidier if there was a crease over here. Though this is a bit of an odd shape to create a hole in. So we'll just make this separate. Split hidden. Give myself a little bit more poly count. A little bit more volume over here and there. Then I'm going to use the dam standard to create a nice curve in right over here. But I am going to turn on the transparency mode just so I can get underneath there as well. There. There's that slight curve that I wanted to have. It's not as tidy as it is over here, but I think for a smaller area like this, we can kind of get away with that. Also, we can still clean this up over here. The inside we don't need, right? So let's just carve that back, push it inward, so we still get that as much of that donut shape as we want. I'm standard again. Transparent. Nice single line to the bottom. Okay. And let's see if we can make this edge also a bit sharper. Which is a bit tricky with the amount of polygons that we have. So let's just add a couple of them in there. It's a very sharp edge that we added. Let's just make that brush a bit bigger. And go down, 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 down. Yes. Okay. Go solo again. And let's clean this up as well. So it kind of looks like it should have that shape, right? Like that. Wanted to smooth it, but not that much. And now pick the we pick the pinch again. Hey Yogi, thank you for liking this, man. And we're just gonna clean it that shape. We're not gonna see it, but you kind of will. You kind of will if you know where to look. And I'll just show you in a bit what I'm to the full sculpt that I'm making. Just go there, 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 there. Ah, I missed it. Just a little bit too awkward of a shape, of a curve to make. There, yeah, that's an easier line to create. There, 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 there. Okay, how does it look like? There he is. Okay, slightly too sharp, so we're just gonna smooth it out ever so gently, and use the age polish to clean up this bottom bit over here. Yeah, I'm making a dwarf. Weirdly enough, this is just part of the set dressing. like we have this over here, right? And I want to make this ruined statue, kind of like the ones that you have in Cambodia, however you pronounce it. Covered in vines and just grow an entire tree out of it or something. And right in there, there's a couple of pixels that we have over there, and there's my dwarf. That's basically the project that we've been that I've been doing together with Mike, who's the second half of the stream usually, but today he wasn't able to get here. He's off on his little. He has his little day off today, and let me just. Where did it? Ah, I did the wrong ones again. All of them. There we go. And I don't need this one. I don't need that one. I use these visibility groups, so it will be easier to show people what I'm actually doing. But somehow this stream, I'm messing them up a bit. But yeah, we get there. Poof, poof. Okay. The tree. That's messed up. That's a bit of a shame. I forgot to take a look at it. But I still have a previous file where that isn't the case. So is it this one? What's happening there? Oh, let's just forget that for a bit, very briefly, and let's turn off Hanuman as well. And oh wait, I got 2 trees. Ah, so that's what's happening. Okay, I don't want that one either. Yeah, okay. So we get this guy. That's my dwarf, and basically we had a random prompt with a culture, either fictional or existing. Very broad terms. What was it again? An occupation. Also fantasy or not, just bunched together, and as well as an emotion. And we use those to create ourselves just an easier way of designing, right? Just limit yourself to something. That's kind of where creativity comes from. And Mike and I wanted to make a dwarf, really. But making a dwarf that wasn't really your typical one, like your one with Nordic influences or Celtic influences, like your default dwarf. So we picked one where dwarves weren't really known, as far as we knew at least, and see if we could create a dwarf in that setting. Like, so it's still definitely that setting. For me, it's Indonesia. It's not really visible that much, I must admit, but there are reasons for that. And Mike is doing an Egyptian dragonslayer. Yeah, it's I don't have the files, I can't show them, but you can look at the previous videos that we have, or the previous streams, and he's probably working on his dragon instead of the dwarf, but yeah, it's looking really great. And because there weren't any dwarves in Indonesia, not that I was able to find at least, but there were remnants found of an offshoot of human that were very tiny, so like a meter tall. They called them hobbits, if you want to look it up on internet. But for me, that they looked like dwarfs, the recreations of them at least, or dwarf enough. And they're short humans, right? They were stocky as well. And there were some children's stories of the wild people that live deep into the forest, and it turns out for them to be orangutans. So hence the unkept long red hair. And so you kind of wanted to blend those two together, have a very primitive kind of a little guy instead of your default hammer in hand dwarf. But still the large hands and feet and head and the beard, of course. And it started off as an anime project. So started off with this, and I posed them, and then I turned him into there. So I posed him, put some muscles on there. Isn't really needed for the sculpt, to be honest, but it was just a small exercise to learn a little bit more about anatomy. It's nice to keep that up. And yeah, from there, I created this guy. Oop. Can I just unselect it? There. Yes. And now I'm just creating a little scene. I'm pretty much done with the dwarf as it is. But Mike is still tweaking his dragon and the dwarf as well. And I'm just creating this very big scene just because he's doing that as well. So there's a little of a balance in between the scenes. But thank you for liking it. So we go over here and we just work on Hanuman's head. There. Let's see. Turn on that. Yes. Turn on that one and turn on that one. And turn on those as well. Do you want to turn on this as well? Is that different from the other one? I've got no idea. It's deleted. And because this one is going to be so exceptionally large, I'm just putting a little bit more detail into it. It's a statue of a god as well, right? So people probably put some time and effort into it. Most likely. And it was pretty fun because I recognized this as an Hindu god. It probably also is still, but I wasn't aware that he was also in Indonesia as well. And I kind of picked this one over the default demon-like head, which in the ruins of Cambodia kind of frequently are, just because it was ape-related. Just for that reason, none other than that. It kind of fell all together for me, so it's. But if you like it, be sure to subscribe as well. We usually stream every Tuesday and Thursday. The Thursday streams are the dwarf streams. That's kind of why we do this. It's nearing the end of the week. It's a good way for ourselves to turn off our heads and just sculpt. And sculpt into infinity. And Tuesdays we have usually something of a challenge going on. Sometimes we do an art swap where we swap a file from one to the other every couple of minutes, like 20 and then 30 and then 40. And see where we end up, which is quite chaotic, but it's fun as well. We never really know what we end up with, so it's very fun to see. And also the other weeks on Tuesdays, we have a speed sculpt. Also, we end in that evening. Same as the art swap, but it's usually done from reference from other artists as well. Which is, if we get that piece, also by random, not a random choice really, a random pick. There we go. And so we don't really know what we're gonna make just like an hour or two before, and yeah, it's pretty fun. Sometimes it works, sometimes a bit less so, but hey, that's how it is with art, right? You also have a Discord, which you can find with the link tree. It's down below, and also in the description. And there's a link to a Discord server. What time we started YouTube Live? It's 19 GMT, 1900 GMT. So 7 o'clock in the evening. Or kind of depends where you are, but yeah. For myself, it's actually 8 o'clock because I live in the Netherlands. Yes, we also in the Discord channel that I just mentioned. Also, right before we start going live, we posted there as well. So if you want to follow us there, if you want to make sure that you don't miss it, you get a message over there. There's also an Instagram that you can also find in our link tree. We post a little story before we start. The Instagram itself is a bit bare, unfortunately. We haven't really have the time or made the time to make some nice renders of the things we are making. But yeah, if you want to see more, be sure to follow there or here or whatever. You know, like, subscribe, ring the ding-a-ling. Are you using a pen tablet? Yes, yes I am. It's very old, just an Intuos. There we are. Just an old Intuos tablet. The thing is like over 10 years old right now, but it works fine. I also bought myself a couple of years ago a nice pen display. I'm looking at it right now. I'm using this just as my screen, but they work really nice as well. But it's just too cumbersome for my setup really, and all the other things that I need to do on my PC. So unfortunately, that one doesn't get as much use as I want to. Let's push that into shape over here. Yeah, I'm using ZBrush, but just sculpting in general. It's nice to have a pen. The pen pressure is very much needed for the fine control, and with the mouse, it's just very binary, right? It's on or off, so it's difficult to get the shapes and the lines that you want. But they can be quite cheap, these tablets. So if you're on the look for them, Wacom makes some pretty good ones, though it's a bit of an expensive brand. But you can look at XP Pen or Huion as well. Those are pretty much the same thing. Also work very well. They're just half the price or even less. So yeah, make sure to have a look on that if you're looking for them. We're not sponsored, unfortunately. But yeah, it's a shame if you get discouraged by bad appliances, right? Let's see. There we go. That's kind of the one that I want. And this one over here, I kind of wanted to have those on these two as well. So we're just going to merge that one down. Yes! Why buy a new one if the old one still works, right? It's perfectly fine. Yeah. It's a little while ago. I also tried to use the very first pen tablet that I used to see if that one still worked, and if it was usable as well. I used that one for school, and it's in the old Wacom Bamboo. It was, but also I think it's 15 years old, if not older. And but the drivers don't support it anymore, and the ones that there are don't really support the second screen that I have. So it's just this very tiny screen, right, like this big, and I have to split it in half or quarter really of that just to use one screen. It's like, nah, I can still use it, but it's not really convenient to do. Yeah, I like that. And put that one over there as well. I like, do I? It seems a little bit off center. Like it's bit of an angle, on an angle. Let's fix that in a bit. Let's do this one first. You like the mod on the sculpt as well? What do you think about Blender's scouting function? I have no idea what Blender's scouting function is, be honest. I don't really use it for modeling myself in my free time. I have been using it like last couple of months, but that's just for very quick, simple modeling. I'm from I have a Maya background, but I can't afford it anymore, and so I'm still getting used to Blender as this. What does the scouting function do exactly? Ah, look at that. It's the best software. I'm not really sure if I like these secondary gems already created on there. What if I make them a bit smaller? Yep. Okay. Yeah. There we go. I know my shortcuts. There. Oh, turn local symmetry on. Now I can scale it down. I said now I can scale it down. There we go. That one, put it in the center again. I just make it a little bit tinier. What about this? Yeah, that's a bit better. Maybe they can be just slightly smaller still, but let's keep them like this for now. Turn on topological. My video was very helpful. Thank you very much. Which video was that? Was it this one? What did I do? What did I say? Where did I help you? Just about nonsense most of the time. So, oh, look at. I'm also looking at the time. I'm also almost leaving as well. So let's see if I can make some quick changes. Will I add a third one? No, I won't add a third one to that. But I will add a little dent over here. Just very quickly, just to see how it looks. That's a bit much. Let's try to do it tidy. Tim. Yeah, I think that this is looking fine. These ones, the ratio, I think. No, yeah, I forgot words. Words are hard, but those ones are a little bit off, and I think those will benefit as well if those had a nice little curve like that one. Let's add that into here real quick. Like I said, I'm just gonna leave in a couple of minutes. But just so I don't forget it for next week. And this one as well. Maybe over here. Yeah, let's do it with the other ones as well. Now over here, we can do them quite quickly, right? No, let's not do that. If we do them too like this, you know, rough, then it's difficult to undo it. So yeah, I'm just gonna keep it like this, and I will save it as well. Not really sure about that front jam. It's not as tidy as I wanted. Let's save this. Details. And 5. Yeah, that's today. Cool. So at least we got a little bit further. I know which version of my my statue I want. We got that guy over here, which would be kind of like this. And I also try to create it like that. It's a very big dude. That's kind of over here with a lot of vines. Where did the vines go? Ah, there they are. Hey. So it's kind of sheltering him like that, but I thought I'd like it. Didn't in the end. I think this is still more dramatic than more in the direction that I wanted to go. Also initially. And yeah. Noodle around with his head as well, just to make the details pop a little bit more. Still not done with that, but just because he's so big, it just needs to be at least on par with the dwarf itself. It's not going to make wrinkles. It's a statue, right? But yeah, kind of like that. Thank you guys, everyone, for watching. And yeah, like I said, we were back on Tuesday. Mike will be back as well, and we will do an art swap again. So it's get ready for chaos. So yeah, thank you very much, and